so in this series, we're gonna, this is actually something I've wanted to do for a while, and it's harmonic sequences. And the difference between this and modulation, for instance, is harmonic sequences can be both within a key and as a modulation device. So it's harmonic sequences is actually super fun to come up with, and they're actually, especially in the modulation category, harmonic sequences become very, there's just so many things you could do, and all these will be completely free. You could take the sequence, we'll may even write them down, and you know, there's no patent on a harmonic sequence. So if you write completely different music over the same harmonic sequence, there's no rule saying you can't use it. So it's basically a chord sequence. We're just getting a definition in this video and a few examples in which a motif of, sorry, I had to clear my throat, or two or more chords is repeated in a number of times. I'd say more than once. Okay, if you only do it once, it's not really a sequence. So on different degrees of a scale or in modulation. Okay, and we'll go through each one within key and then outside of a key, just to get an idea. So for in C major, that would be a harmonic sequence. Okay, down a fourth, up a step, down a fourth, up a step, and then breaking out. Okay, so in minor, and for instance, we could do the same kind of thing. Now we'll cover these. We'll actually go through these really slowly later on, and you can do something like that. Okay, but we're not. I'm just showing you within a key. You have that very similar movement, chord repeated movement within a key. And one of the reasons you might want to do this is to break free of the 1, 4, 5, 6 kind of stuff. So you get little motifs like that too. And so we'll cover things like this within a key, so you can help try to break free of stuff. Now outside of a key, let's take what they refer to as the axis of awesome, the 1, 4, 5, 6. In this case, 1, 5, 6, 4. Super pop thing. Okay. Well, let's say you want to break free of that. Outside of key, modulation sequence. So if you do that same thing, but do it like this. So now I've broken free of it. It's taking something a little more typical and using it as a modulation sequence. So it's very easy to do with the axis of awesome, whatever they want to call it. So you can spice it, bring a little life to these sequences instead of just repeating them over and over again in one key. So little sequences like that. This was one reason to learn harmonic sequences. Breathe some life into these. See how it was a little different when I used it as a chain modulation sequence, repeating the same thing on a different, starting on a different chord. See? But there's also cool moves you could do that use repetition, stuff like that. We'll cover things like that. It helps, that brings up a good top thing, because the motif repeated up there in the upper voice, okay, and as well as in the lower voice. So this helps keep a motif going. So if I do something like this, so it keeps a number of things going. The harmonic movement stays the same, but on a different, starting on a different route. Two motifs happen there, the little walk down, suspension and walk down, and a melodic motif. So it keeps these things going repetitiously while maintaining interest. Or let's retype this. I'm going to get rid of that. Going with repetition while maintaining interest and direction, as well as an ability to create nice build-ups and through composed music. So meaning music that does not have a, well, we'll go through that later. So harmonic sequences, this is going to be our topic, whether it's in key or outside of a key. I'll try to fit this all into one screen. So yeah, that's what we're going to cover. How to create harmonic chains and sequences, and how to glue them together with little motifs. You don't have to do the best thing in the world. Again, we're just creating stuff, but feel free to use any of these chains that we cover in this, because nobody really you can't copyright this stuff. I mean, people have used the same. Well, if you completely take a chain and rewrite it with a different melody and different ideas, I mean, it's just like 1, 4, 5. You can't really copyright that. So so you feel free to use anything we do. And this is also a good way to break free from typical scenarios like the axis of awesome, as they called that 1, 4, 5, 6 use of that. And I don't know if you ever heard the term, but that's referred to that. So I just remember seeing a video on that where they took a bunch of rock and pop songs that use that same exact progression that we did a little while ago. And so we may even use that and do a continuous wandering, find ways we could create a continuously wandering harmonic sequence out of that, like we did earlier. So and we're definitely going to go through things slower. So